Hi everyone, this is Ryan with Instructor Gadget. Today we're going to take a look at Windows 10, which is the latest in a long line of Windows operating systems. The objective of this tutorial is to familiarize you with some of the new features of Windows 10 through a very brief overview. In the months to follow, we'll take a closer look at each one of these features so you can master its use. In 2012, prior to Windows 10, Microsoft launched Windows 8, which was met with very mixed reviews. Windows 8 was a big departure from the previous Windows operating systems because it aimed to bridge the traditional PC experience with touchscreen devices. It turns out, however, that the changes were a little too confusing for many users. After gathering a lot of feedback from its customers, Microsoft once again redesigned the operating system to be more simplified, yet still compatible with all types of devices, whether you're using a mouse or you're using your finger. In Windows 8, Microsoft introduced the Start screen as well as new touch-friendly style apps. After a lot of criticism, Windows 10 returns to the traditional Start menu familiar to Windows 7 users, but the menu remains touch-friendly and extremely customizable. You can add and arrange your favorite apps, folders, contacts, and websites using square or rectangular icons called tiles. Depending on the app, the tiles can display relevant information such as news, Facebook updates, new emails, weather, etc. These are called live tiles. You can also resize the Start menu by dragging to the left or dragging back to the right. In Windows 10, everything opens in the desktop. And this is different than Windows 8, which had two separate ecosystems. The Metro-style apps that were new in Windows 8 can now be resized and organized on the desktop along with the traditional style desktop apps. On the taskbar, there's a new icon which takes you to the task view. This gives you a visual representation of all of your open applications in Windows and also access to a new feature of multiple desktops. You can now have more than one desktop on the same computer, opening certain applications or windows on each desktop. For example, you could use one desktop for work, where you have your email and your word processing open, and another desktop for entertainment, with Facebook and Solitaire and whatever other applications you might choose. So here's desktop 2, where I have my entertainment and my cards. I can open up Facebook or do whatever I'd like. I can go back to task view, go to desktop 1, and there I have my word processing and I have my email right here as well. Because Windows 10 was designed to be run on all types of devices, the operating system automatically identifies your setup and adjusts the interface to accommodate the type of device that you are using. If you're using a tablet and do not have a keyboard attached, all apps are automatically maximized when open, and the Start menu expands to cover the entire screen as your jumping off point. So if I open up an application, it automatically opens up in the full screen. And this is a little bit easier when I'm using my finger to navigate as opposed to the mouse. And when I go back to the Start menu, of course it covers the entire screen and it gives me that more of a traditional tablet feel. Now I can of course manually turn this off, so if I'm using a touchscreen device but I still want to have the smaller version of the Start menu and I want to have the desktop in the background, I can opt for that as well. Microsoft introduced Cortana, Windows personal assistant, to Windows phones a number of years ago. Windows 10 is the first desktop operating system to incorporate Cortana. Cortana understands your verbal commands and carries out a variety of tasks for you, from searching the internet, finding files on your computer, to even just getting your weather forecast or adding an event to your calendar. You can initiate Cortana a number of different ways. First of all, you can click on the microphone on the taskbar and you can ask Cortana a question. Or if you want the fully hands-free version, you can simply say, "Hey Cortana, what's the weather like today?"
The forecast shows thunderstorms with a high of 81 and a low of 69.
So Cortana can streamline some of your activities and make it a little bit easier without you having to navigate manually. The well-known Internet Explorer web browser will be replaced in Windows 10 with Microsoft's new browser called Edge. Edge was created to be faster and more visually appealing than Internet Explorer. Web pages, when maximized, will now extend the whole way to the edges of your screen to squeeze out every last bit of real estate. One of the neat features of Edge is it allows you to mark up a web page and either save it to your computer or share it with a friend. So I can use a highlighter and I can highlight sections of the website, or I can choose a pen, choose a color, and I can circle things or draw on it, whatever I'd like to do. I can add some text. And then I have the option of saving it, or I can share this with a friend. There's a new notification feature in Windows 10 located on the right side of the taskbar at the bottom of your screen. This provides convenient information related to Windows events, Facebook, Twitter, email, etc. It's how your computer communicates with you. It also contains a quick action bar providing shortcuts to important Windows activities. From here you can connect to your wireless internet. You can turn on and off the tablet mode. You can turn on the airplane mode, etc. So we've taken a look at some of the most notable new features of Windows 10. In the months to come, we will be taking a more detailed look at those features, as well as exploring some of the other features that are also incorporated into the operating system. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, or you can email us at info@instructorgadget.com and subscribe to our weekly tips and tricks email.